This video has been created for commentary, educational, and analysis purposes. Hello fam! Today, we're going to talk about one of the biggest fantasy fights ever in the entire world of combat sports. When I say fantasy fight, a lot of people around the globe immediately think about this matchup. And yes, this is Mike Tyson versus Jon Jones. Oh my goodness, this is crazy! We all know Mike Tyson was a terrifying man in his era, especially in his prime. There was no man on this freaking planet who could survive him. In a one-on-one boxing match, inside the ring, this guy was absolutely brutal in his time. Now, on the other side, we have Jon Jones. Jon Jones is also a crazy guy. He is a very, very dangerous MMA fighter who has been competing in the UFC. He became the UFC heavyweight champion, and many people consider him one of the greatest fighters of all time. Even Joe Rogan has said that Jon Jones might actually be the greatest UFC fighter ever. And honestly, that argument makes sense. You can literally see how great and how dangerous Jon Jones is. For today's video, we're going to do our own analysis, and we're also going to make a prediction. This will be based on everything we know about both fighters, if they ever fight. We will use two criteria. First, a boxing match. Second, a street fight. The reason we're using these two is simple. We want this analysis and prediction to be as fair as possible. So without further ado, let's start the video. So, let's start with a boxing match between Jon Jones and Mike Tyson. Let's start with Mike Tyson, since he is a boxer. Mike Tyson was a very dominant fighter. Or let's say it straight. He was the craziest, most badass guy in the 1980s. There's no doubt about that. Come on, most of his opponents were literally already on the canvas. Sometimes not even reaching round 2. His style was what we call the peekaboo style. This style was developed under the legendary trainer, Cus D'Amato. This style emphasized a very high guard. Both of his hands were literally glued to his cheeks, protecting his chin. At the same time, he had constant head movement. So just imagine this. Your opponent has both arms locked tight on his chin. He's securing his face. And at the same time, he's constantly moving. How are you supposed to hit that? And even if you somehow manage to land a punch, there's still a huge arm right next to his cheek. So knocking him out is already risky. At the same time, there's a massive counterpunch waiting for you. Tyson could throw it at anyone. Mike Tyson would bob, weave, and slip punches exactly like I told you guys. This was crazy, right? And let's not forget this. Mike Tyson was a huge guy. A very, very huge guy. So if he punches you, the weight and impact behind that punch would be literally lethal. Now, at the same time, we are talking about Jon Jones. There is a possibility that Jon Jones could still take some punches. But let's be clear here. This is not just a normal heavyweight boxer. We are talking about prime Mike Tyson from the 1980s. And to be honest with you all, if this is a boxing match, Jon Jones is not going to survive if Mike Tyson wants to knock him out. It does not matter if Jon Jones is considered the greatest UFC fighter of all time. We are talking about boxing. I don't know if you know this, but there was a one championship fight where a legendary Muay Thai fighter, Rodtang, fought Mighty Mouse. In that fight, Rodtang dominated in striking early. But once it became MMA, he got taken down. He got choked. He went unconscious. The reason I'm using this example is simple. Muay Thai uses punches, elbows, and kicks. But there is no ground game in boxing. So, let's bring it back to our main topic. In a boxing match between Mike Tyson and Jon Jones, I am 101% sure that Jon Jones is not going to survive. I honestly believe Jon Jones wouldn't even make it to round 2 or round 3. If I were in Jon Jones's position, I already know the truth. There is no way I survive 10 seconds, maybe not even 5 seconds. Even if I run to every corner of the ring, there is no way Mike Tyson lets me escape. In a boxing match, there is absolutely no way Jon Jones wins. We need to understand this. Mike Tyson had around 44 knockouts and 50 career wins. That's roughly an 88% knockout rate. His left hook, uppercut, and overhand right were completely out of this world at that time. Even Muhammad Ali himself said in a very famous interview that Mike Tyson was faster than him. And Ali admitted that if Tyson's punch landed clean, he believed he would get knocked out. Of course, that was just an interview. We'll never know what would really happen, but in a boxing match between Jon Jones and Mike Tyson, Jon Jones is ending up on the canvas. No doubt about it. I would literally bet everything on this analysis. Jon Jones might be one of the most dangerous fighters ever, but boxing is not his expertise. He knows how to fight. Yes, but in boxing, Mike Tyson was simply superior. And remember this, Mike Tyson once held an undefeated record of 37 wins with 33 knockouts. Before his first loss to Buster Douglas in 1990, that was ridiculous for that era. So for all of these reasons, my pick is clear. In a boxing match, I'm going with Mike Tyson. Now let's move to the street fight category. In this part, I am 101% sure that Jon Jones wins. Just like the odds, there is no way around it. Now here's the good thing about Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was huge, so taking him down is not going to be easy. His brute force alone would already make things very difficult for Jon Jones. But you need to understand this. We are talking about a street fight. There are no rules here. Jon Jones can take Mike Tyson down in many ways. A leg attack, a trip, a clinch, whatever it is. But when you look at Mike Tyson, he looks like a tank. For example, if Jon Jones manages to take Mike Tyson down and tries to choke him, that is already difficult. Just look at Mike Tyson's neck. Honestly, what the hell is that? How do you choke someone with a neck like that? That thing is bigger than my hand. Anyway, back to the main topic. You need to understand who Jon Jones really is. He has a very serious background. He was a New York State high school wrestling champion. He also competed at the NCAA level in college. Inside the octagon, his numbers are crazy. He has around a 46% takedown accuracy and about a 95% takedown defense. That's UFC record book data as of the end of 2024. When it comes to striking, he also has range. His reach is around 84 inches. That means straight punches, front kicks, distance control. But here's the thing I really want to be clear about. Jon Jones does not need to stand and trade punches with Mike Tyson. Just like I said earlier, he is not winning fist to fist. But in a street fight, a lot of things can happen. Jon Jones could poke the eye, attack sensitive area, do whatever it takes to win. Mike Tyson is a boxer. He is not trained for that kind of chaos. But the real winning formula for Jon Jones here is the ground game. His positional control is phenomenal. There is no way Mike Tyson survives long in that kind of control. Another big advantage for Jon Jones is fight IQ and adaptability. While we talked about Mike Tyson's advantages in boxing, street fighting is different. Jon Jones already knows in his mind what strategy he needs. If he wants positional control and puts Mike Tyson on the ground, that scenario has a high chance of happening. And remember this, Jon Jones wrestled huge guys. Guys bigger than Mike Tyson. Stronger guys. More explosive guys. Now, it's still not easy. If Jon Jones rushes straight in, he could get knocked out. Mike Tyson's punches are sharp. They are like bullets. So the safest way for Jon Jones to win is submission. Rear naked choke, some kind of choke, or joint damage. And yes, that is still hard. Mike Tyson's jawline and neck are massive. But there are other ways. Breaking an arm, damaging joints, causing enough pain. At the end of the day, Mike Tyson is still human. This is a street fight. Anything can happen. Jon Jones would target the eyes, the groin. Anything necessary to win. So here's the final verdict. In boxing, Mike Tyson wins. No doubt. Jon Jones does not win in boxing, especially against the 1980s version of Mike Tyson. But in a street fight, even though it is difficult, Jon Jones wins. It will not be easy. He will face serious problems, but he still wins. So overall, this is a balanced matchup. Mike Tyson dominates boxing. Jon Jones dominates street fighting. I'm a huge fan of Mike Tyson. I'm also a huge fan of Jon Jones. I'm a fan of fighters in general. But facts are facts. Mike Tyson wins in boxing without problems. Jon Jones wins in a street fight, but with difficulty.